Money FM 89.3, the best of Saturday mornings. Singapore Homebrew on Money FM 89.3.
Welcome back. We are with Her Excellency Judith Pax, the Ambassador of Hungary to Singapore, and Brunei Dar Salam, and also Dr. Henrietta Papp, a postdoctoral researcher at the Antiviral Therapeutics Lab at A-STAR's Infectious Diseases Lab. Welcome to you both, ladies, on this International Women's Day.
Thank you so much, and it's really a pleasure to be here as always. You know that for me, International Women's Day is very, very important, being a woman in a leadership position in a very male-dominant field. So I think I really feel the challenges which women face when they would talk about advancing their careers.
Yeah.
And this year with the embassy, we wanted to shine a light on a very specific topic, maybe science and research, especially because this year we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the UN International Day of Women and Girls in Science. And especially because Hungary has so many women scientists, which maybe the world does not know about, especially Maria Telkes, who is also called the Sun Queen, because she was the one who invented solar powered desalination system and heating system, which is a very sustainable solution. But I think everyone heard of Katalin Karikó, who invented the mRNA technology and received a Nobel Prize for this. And she said that we need more women in science.
Yeah, which was absolutely critical during the pandemic that we've just been through. Yeah, wonderful. And Dr. Henrietta Papp, thank you for being with us today as well.
Thank you so much.
And you are personifying what the ambassador just said, talking about women perhaps in traditionally male industries and roles. And we know research at this level. I think in recent years, it's fair to say it has broadened out to more women involved too. But what's your perception been?
Yes, luckily more and more girls and women are in STEM careers, but still at higher positions, women are less represented. But it's wonderful to see that the statistics showing that more girls are interested pursuing a career in STEM.
Yeah.
Well, you're both in industries that have traditionally been dominated by men. So let's get your views on that. Start with you, Dr. Papp. So maybe just explain for our listeners what you actually do here in Singapore and what the industry has looked like, because traditionally it has been a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, so here in Singapore, I'm working on self-amplifying RNA therapeutics. And especially I'm focusing on cancer therapeutics to use viral proteins to defeat cancer. So for me, it's really, really exciting field. And there's a lot to find there and a lot to seek for. Actually, during my career, I met several fantastic women scientists as well. And where I did my PhD in Hungary, we were working in the highest containment level laboratory, where we needed to wear a 7 kg protective suit.
Wow.
And actually, fun fact, in that lab, more women were working. So I was surrounded with fantastic women. Like, we went there and physically and mentally exhausting work to do in the lab. And actually, I was amazed by my colleagues as well. And I found my role models throughout my career.
Wonderful. And when people say, it's not like you're curing cancer, you are literally curing cancer. So there is no greater job than the one you have.
Just like saying it's not rocket science to a rocket scientist.
Yes, you are literally curing cancer. There is no more noble a pursuit than what you're doing. Wonderful.
Dr. Papp, what have you had any breakthroughs here working in the A-STAR lab, or what is the most the biggest thing that we could understand as a layperson that you have done?
Well, I'm here in Singapore for 1.5 years, and actually it's a relatively short time to have a big breakthrough. Yeah. And honestly, moving from Hungary to Singapore, I needed to go through a lot of challenges, a new environment.
Getting rid of your winter clothing.
Exactly. That was the loveliest part of it, actually. So breakthrough, we need to wait for that. But personally, I'm very, very excited, and I can't wait to help health of other people. And I do hope that once I can come here again and tell you guys that we found an amazing solution to help a lot of people all around the globe.
Yeah. Can I just add, you also played a role in SARS COVID research. Is that true? What did you actually do there?
Yes. I was a PhD student back in Hungary at the time when SARS-CoV-2 spread around the globe and caused the pandemic. And within the country, our lab was one of the most equipped lab to react quickly. So we quickly set up a lab where we could handle clinical samples. So we basically, in the beginning, we helped the clinic. So we received the samples from patients, and then we prepared the samples in a form that were not infectious anymore, and we brought it to the clinics where they tested whether the patient had SARS-CoV-2 or not. And besides helping the clinics, we were collaborating with several research groups all around Hungary, and some approached us from abroad. And my personal role was to test different chemical compounds, which one can inhibit the replication of the virus in cell cultures.
Wow. Wow, that's big. Yeah,
and we just present a radio show.
We just come in and talk for 3 hours, not necessarily about anything interesting. We are talking with Dr. Henrietta Papp, postdoctoral researcher at the Antiviral Therapeutics Lab here at the A-Star Infectious Diseases Lab in Singapore, and also Judith Peck, the ambassador to Hungary in Singapore. Judith, let's go back to you. The women that have come from Hungary that are doing amazing things in research, Henrietta included. What is it, for those of us who haven't been to Hungary, what is it about what's happening inside of Hungary where these opportunities are really lending themselves to very high-level research and results?
I think for me as an ambassador, I also feel a bit humbled because, of course, I'm also just talking. So having said
You're in good company here today.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's amazing to shine a light on these amazing women today, especially in this field. And I think Hungary has a lot about them because Hungary is this powerhouse of scientific discovery and research. And definitely not only women, but also our male scientists and researchers are amazing. And definitely Hungary is the country which has the highest ratio of Nobel Prize winners per capita. We have 16 Nobel Prize winners.
Wow.
Yes, that's
and is this just come from sort of a government that really believes this is a thing to focus on, or is it done more private sector?
Representing the government, I would love to say that it is, but I think it's still a very individual achievement, and I think it's laid back to the very creative thinking of Hungarians, and also that we tend to say that if you send out a Hungarian through the door, then we will climb back through the window. And I think this kind of creative thinking led to that. And we are very happy that especially here in Singapore, we have so many scientists working, also a lot of male, but especially females as well. And Henrietta is great that she's here with me today. But we also have another Hungarian scientist, Ms. Orsolya Ungvari, who is a research fellow at NUS, doing research on cardiovascular diseases. And she's also outstanding. She will be joining us on one of our other programs at the Science Center on the 12th of March, where we have, together with the Science Center, they put up this amazing program, Discover Her.
Oh,
and,
I get it. Yep. Okay.
And they try to combine, to show to women that they can make their passion their profession. And I think on this day, this is very important that we send a message to women and girls that your passion and what you believe in can be actually your profession, and to empower women to step into that field which they really believe in. And if that happens to be science and STEM, then this could be it as well.
A thought just came to me. Are Singaporean students going to Hungary to study in Hungary, to be part of that research environment? Is there a cross-flow there?
Absolutely. We have a lot of research programs. We have research and exchange programs. There are some specific exchange programs between schools. So, for example, between NUS Medical School and the Hungarian Semmelweis University, where I think Henny also studied, they have a special exchange program, but we also have a Hungarian Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship, which offers scholarships to Singaporean students to study in Hungary, both in usual bachelor degrees, masters, but also PhD studies.
Wow, fascinating.
Wonderful. Judy, I'd like to talk a bit about your world, the world of international relations and diplomacy. Later, we have Gabriella Rush coming on, the New Zealand High Commissioner. So that's two ambassadors, high commissioners, both female, in what has been a male-dominated world for the longest time. How has it changed in the world of international relations diplomacy? Is it still male-centric, or are you seeing a shift?
I think in general, and Katalin Karikó put it very, very nicely. She had this quote that women think differently. And in science, we need more women. But I think also in politics, we need more women. And I think this is what we see right now, that women represent different perspectives. We just think differently. We incorporate different attitudes. And I think especially nowadays, in today's world, and you had just a talk with Steve and Deb, you need to have different views. And I think these views are more and more accepted, and there are more and more women in diplomacy, and we support and empower each other. Here in Singapore, we have currently 26 female ambassadors. Wow. We are a very close, tight-knit group. We just met with Gaby yesterday evening.
26?
Yes, I think I'm not exactly sure, but it's around 26. Yeah. In just within the EU countries, we have basically parity. So half of the EU ambassadors are female.
Which, I mean, it should be at least parity, right? Given that half the world's population is not male.
Should be, but this is actually a new thing. And I'm in diplomacy right now for over 10 years, and this is the highest number I experienced so far. But luckily, we see that I think in terms of gender parity, we are getting there. It's still not there, but we have more and more females in leading position, and our voices are being heard. And I think it's also due to the fact that we really represent a different view.
Yeah. Henrietta Papp, are you seeing in the lab environment, do female scientists approach questions or challenges differently than your male counterparts? I'm not saying one is better than the other or whatever, but is there a different approach from female, or is that too broad a question?
I don't know whether it's very, very different. In science, the diversity is very important because everyone can bring other perspective. Everyone, like brainstorming with each other is essential in science careers. And I don't know if we women think differently. I think we think the same way as men. It's just like person to person, ideas can be different, and then something amazing can come out of it. So no. To sum up, I don't see that we women think differently than men. Yeah. I think we can all be practical. We can all seek for a well-grounded data. So yeah. I think it's depending, and the most important part here is being diverse. That can help.
Great comment. Yeah,
absolutely. And you just being here shows a pathway to any young females listening, Singaporean international or otherwise. When you were growing up, did you see anybody female who was aspirational? I can follow her, whether it was in STEM, science, or anywhere else. Did you have any inspirational role models growing up?
Yeah, thank you for bringing it up, because I think one of the best thing celebrating women and women in science is to provide role models and to highlight women so that we girls can find role models. For me personally, within my family, there weren't any scientists. So starting a scientific career for me was just like, let's see how it goes. I have no idea. I mean, I don't see anything. But I don't know. I don't remember when was the first time when I heard about Marie Curie. But she was for me the one.
Yeah.
The role model for me, who I was like, oh my God, she must have been amazing, and the enthusiasm she pursued science with her husband beside her, and then their kids. So her daughter also received the Nobel Prize. So such a fantastic family. So for me, she was the first one, and naturally now. Katalin Karikó is also a role model for me, but to be honest, like throughout my whole career, I met with amazing women, and I have to mention, and I want to mention my current executive director at the Infectious Diseases Labs at A-Star, Lisa Ng. She is such a wonderful and amazing scientist, and she is also a role model for me. I was very lucky. She held a fireside chat, and when she described her scientific career and she gave us advice, and that day for me was amazing. And it's so good that every single day I can see these women leading our research institute, and like so inspiring. Yeah. And I can get strength from her. I can say, okay, I can do it too. I'm amazing.
Well, I would imagine, both of you, not only are your families proud of you, but you're also role models to many younger women that would think about either a career in science or diplomacy. Judith, back to you. What's next for the Hungarian embassy here in Singapore? You have some events coming up, I believe.
Absolutely. Beside of celebrating Women's Day and Women and Girls in Science, which will be, as I said, we will have the next program coming up will be to discuss her at the Science Center between the 12th and 16th of March. And please come on the 12th of March and visit the Hungarian booth. Nice. Otherwise, we will have the Hungarian Film Festival coming up, which is every year in Tampines Hub around the Hungarian National Day of the 15th of March. So if you're interested into Hungarian movies, it's from the 7th, 18th and 19th of March. In the evening, we will screen some amazing Hungarian movies. Nice. Then also for April, we have a lot of events upcoming because it's in April we celebrate sustainability. And we will do a very interesting Move with Hungary on the 12th of April. We will go through Singapore, 45 kilometers.
What?
And we will start from the very, very west coast and we go straight to Tanah Merah. So walk with us because it's great. It's good for your health. Walking helps. And we are looking at smart city solutions, etc. And we're talking and getting to know each other. So Move with Hungary. That's our next topic. And then, of course, also for Food and Hotel Expo, we will have a lot of Hungarian food products coming here. We will have with the Central Eastern European Chamber of Commerce a lot of food promotion. So there will be Hungarian mangalica pork, Hungarian wine tastings. So a lot of things coming up in April. And
you guys have been busy.
2 months.
You've been busy at the embassy putting all this together.
So, Dr. Pap, I can only ask you, are you going to represent and do this walk? Are you going to walk with Hungary?
Yes, I'm planning to join, and I want to tell the audience that don't be afraid. You don't need to walk the whole 45 kilometers. You can join just a shorter section as well. But I'm planning. It's gonna be fun, and I want to say thanks to the ambassador and her team. They're doing an amazing job. Like, we Hungarians are far from our home, and the embassy is so active and so fantastic. I love it.
I am going to just jump in and agree with that because Glenn and I have both talked about this. For a comparatively smaller embassy, shall we say, in Singapore, your outreach is extraordinary. Yeah. Your PR, your communications, your campaigns, your activities. I'm looking at you, Judith. You're the figurehead, but where does all this passion come from? It's extraordinary.
I think it's because I have an amazing, very, very motivated team. And I think without that, you cannot do that. I would be, and especially in Women's Day, I have to point out that most of my staff are women, but this would not do well with my male colleagues. But yeah, we are majority women, but I think it's the passion and it's the motivation. And we are also talking with a lot of tech companies. And yesterday I had a very good talk with a great startup and AI entrepreneur. And we were talking about also as for a startup, also for an embassy, which is funny, you need motivated people because with limited budgets and for a small-sized country's embassy, you need to work with motivation. And I think this is very important to make your passion your profession.
Brilliant.
Great comment to leave it on. We do have to leave the conversation right now, but Ambassador Judith Pak from Hungary, the Hungarian Embassy to Singapore, and Dr. Henrietta Papp, postdoctoral researcher at the A-Star Infectious Diseases Lab. Thanks to both of you. Happy International Women's Day to you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.